everyone! This is a very unscripted video today. I was going to film a completely different video, and then I went into a corner of my room I don't usually go in, and the first thing I found was a bag of my favourite sweets, and then behind that stash was a load of magazines from 2007, and almost exactly the same point in the year as we are at now. So I thought it would be fun to kind of read these today and see what was happening in the world 10 years ago. So the first one we have is Bliss from July 2007, and it's got Lindsay Lohan on the front there. I think this was kind of about the time she started having tantrums on sets and she was getting to be known as a bit of a diva, but I don't think she'd had like a full-on breakdown at this point. I think the media should lay off Joss Stone. So she's not perfect, but what 19-year-old girl is? And she's much better entertainment than the stars who are in and out of rehab. I have to agree, we don't really hear very much about Joss Stone nowadays. I just remember her as being somebody who was very free. You know, she was quite happy to just do her own thing, so I hope she's doing well, wherever she is at 29. Oh, so okay, we're at Lindsay Lohan now, and she must have had a bit of trouble, because her stint in rehab has worked a treat. So she's kind of saying that she has friends helping her to stay sober. Yeah, I really feel for Lindsay. I hope she'll bounce back and pull through. Katie Price is still with Peter Andre in 2007. I particularly like this dress. That looks really cool. But yeah, she's had quite a few other significant others. I was going to say husbands, but I don't really keep track of how many she marries. This is a feature I didn't really question at the time, but now it just looks really weird to me. It's news in briefs. That's meant to be a kind of pun. And it's guys who have kind of stripped down to their underwear, taken a photo for the magazine, and then they're giving their opinions on celebrity news. It's just kind of weird. You know, like, who just kind of sits chatting in their underwear about Wayne and Colleen? Could you be a techno target? And this is about a girl who had a really expensive phone and somebody just took it off her and ran off. I feel like everybody's a techno target these days. It's just kind of the world we live in now. At the end of the article, they've put a picture of some great technology and put next to it, all these goodies could attract mental muggers. Now, these goodies are a Nokia phone, a PlayStation Portable, and an iPod. I haven't seen one that big for ages. Wow, I forgot how much technology's changed in the last few years. My mum hired a hitman to kill my dad. I'll be coming back to read that later because that sounds intense. That's the sort of thing I used to buy these magazines for. Be a stalker. Stalk your crush on the sly. What? What? When is that good advice? You know practically everything there is to know about him, from where he hangs out after school to his favourite food, but you're worried he'll soon realise your interest in him is verging on the obsessive. Yeah, I'd say if your interest in somebody is verging on the obsessive, get a hobby, do something else, just find something. Don't keep going after somebody like that. That sounds really intense. That's how you get into trouble. And then something you don't see anymore, the back page is like adverts for different phone wallpapers and ringtones and different things you can get. You don't get these anymore because you can just download your favourite song and make it your ringtone. But back in the day, if you wanted like a really cool tune for when somebody rang your phone, you probably got like a polyphonic thing, or monophonic if you were really uncool. And it just kind of went do 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 or whatever. Yeah, I miss them. We've got the Shout Summer Special here with the High School Musical stars. And then on the back I see we've got an advert for Hairspray. That's what's coming out soon. A Vanessa/Zach relationship, otherwise known as Zanessa, has been rumoured for over a year. And Vanessa says, "This is going to sound really funny, but I have a poster of Zac Efron on my wall. I think every girl has a poster of him in their room, so why not join the club?" Yeah, okay, you also have the real Zac Efron at this time. Ashley's a total fashionista. She says her favourite piece of clothing is her juicy sweats with Heiress written on them. Yeah, that was a thing back in 2007. Everybody would wear like tracksuits with things written on the bum. I'm kind of glad I never got to that stage. I have to admit I wanted one, but I'm glad I never did that because it just looked really ridiculous, and I'm glad there's no photos of me in that anywhere. Before BuzzFeed we had magazine quizzes. Things like what's your beach essential? Hot holiday hangout? What's your summer soundtrack? Yeah, like we could never make decisions, so we always had to go for these flowcharts. The thing you have to remember about these magazines as well is the internet wasn't always the best for people. Sometimes you still had to go to like the library or whatever to get internet access. You maybe only had a little time to look on it. You didn't have it on your phone or anything. So these magazines were life. These were a couple of people who are still on TV in the UK, but they're definitely like adult TV presenters now, and they're not really seen as teen icons so much anymore. It's Holly Willoughby and Fern Cotton. They were both like TV presenters when I was little, and like on children's TV. And now Holly Willoughby does a show called This Morning, which is really, really big. And Fern Cotton, she does kind of like entertainment stuff now, I think. I haven't really heard very much from her recently, but you know, they're kind of like icons. 2007 is a time as well where William must have been single, Prince William, or at least not in a public relationship, because this magazine is trying to decide which of the pop stars are going to be his girlfriends. Again, we've got the news in briefs, and it's still an incredibly weird concept. I would really genuinely love to know if that's still in the magazine. If anybody still buys Bliss, can you please tell me if news in briefs is still a thing? Because that just seems so weird. Ooh, here we go. I didn't think I'd find anything else about the royal family and Will's and Kate's relationship, but apparently they were kind of split up at this time. This is about like celebrities being friends with their exes and whether the body language looks like they'll get back together. Although we can't see his face, the obvious turn is a giveaway. He still likes her an awful lot, and he certainly does. She's now married to him. So that's nice to see a kind of happy ending there. That's really good. And the last page of this magazine is Style Stalker, where they just find people on the street and comment on what their outfits look like. And this one has been called Very Kate Middleton. I didn't realise that was like a thing in 2007. Like they didn't really get married until like 2011 or something. So I don't really remember anybody talking about her that much in 2007, or maybe I was just too busy in my old teenage world to notice that Kate Middleton was a thing back then. But yeah, there we go. There's more about the princess in amongst that magazine than I thought there would be. That was 2007 from the eyes of teenage Kate. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that's helped you to remember what was in the news 10 years ago. And if you want to tell me down below what you were up to in 2007, what your memories are, that'd be really cool. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope to see you again later. Cheerio. Corbin Blue. Okay, now I want to know how to do that face. Is it like... Yeah, I can't do sexy. I'd be awful in one of these magazines.